Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of PowerCore Productions and Podcastings. In today's video, we're going to be continuing Konosuba, The Adventures of Spider-Ham. What If Kazuma Was Spider-Ham, Season 2, Part 2. As always, if you're new to the channel or if you're a regular and like what we have to offer, then please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and hit that bell for post notifications so you can stay up to date on everything that is PowerCore Productions and Podcastings that's to come out now and in the future. As we continue on in the world of Konosuba, we follow the adventures of Kazuma Sato, former citizen of Japan who died at a tragic young age in a not so spectacular death and found himself reincarnated in the world of Konosuba. However, far different from the original story that you might know, he found himself in over his head as he battled against not only one of the Double King's generals, but against some of his rather unsettling underlings, resulting in him gaining the powers of not only a spider, but also that of a pig. Kazuma now uses his newfound powers to protect the people of Axel and to save the world from the threat of the Devil King, or trying to save himself from endless amounts of debt. But does he have what it takes to be the hero that the world needs as he learns and develops and controls his newfound powers? Stay tuned as we now continue that story. As always, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Kazuma and the gang, along with Senna, the prosecutor, stood outside of Keel's dungeon under the cover of night. Although you might be wondering, why were they back here at Keel's dungeon? Shouldn't everything have been fine and taken care of? There shouldn't have been any more treasure. Well, it wasn't the treasure that was the problem, it was the monsters. Or rather, the more powerful monsters that were now roaming about through the dungeon. A dungeon that Kazuma and his friends had checked out not too long ago. Aqua tried to get away, but Kazuma, in his pig form, would quickly shoot webbing at the goddess's feet, dragging her back with the rest of them. And just where do you think you're going? Kazuma, come on. I mean, it was just a mistake. Shut it. If they find out that you're the reason for all of this, then we're going to be in more trouble. You know what? Don't even worry about it. All we have to do is get inside of there and destroy your barrier spell circle before anyone knows what happened. Right? Kazuma and the gang would go inside of the depths of the dungeon. Well, to be more specific, Kazuma in darkness, along with some guards. Aqua was staying on the outside, and unfortunately, to make sure she didn't run away, Kazuma webbed her to a tree, with Megami keeping watch over her, while Senna would wait out for their response. There were these tiny little men walking around in the cave. Every time they latched onto someone, they exploded. They had these weird black and white masks on their faces, Kazuma having no idea where they had come from or who they were, to be more specific. But in the end, it didn't really matter because darkness took all of the explosions like a champ. Safe to say, they eventually arrived to where the cause of all these miniature monsters were coming from. But as they would come to learn, they were not actually there to cause trouble. No, the creator was a being by the name of Vanir. Vanir being one of the Devil King's generals, and more so on the strong side. Vanir had chosen this dungeon as a way of setting up shop, as a place where he could find a worthy opponent, heroes that he could challenge and push to the limit. Being a demon himself, he fed on the negative emotions of others, and the best emotions came when you had someone riding a particular high, only for them to come crashing down sorrowfully. Unfortunately, things weren't going so well for Vanir, mainly because of the barrier circle that someone had written inside of the cave, preventing him from being able to use his power to the fullest. Some damn archpriest or bishop, whoever it was, when he found who made it, they were going to pay. Of course, this led to Kazuma trying to get away as quickly as he could to take care of the circle, while Darkness and Vanir would engage in whatever it was that they were doing. It wasn't like the girl could hit anything with her sword. That hadn't changed, unfortunately. However, Vanir was not blind to what was happening, and it was obvious that whoever was responsible was with this group in particular. Even once she had believed she had gotten the best of Vanir, it was all proven for naught, as it was revealed that he didn't actually need a body. Well, his body was pretty much made of earth, but he used the mask to control it, and unfortunately the mask was now stuck on Darkness. Kazuma would now engage in a battle inside of the dungeon against the controlled ally, as Vanir used the body of Darkness to battle against Kazuma. On one hand, Kazuma had to admit, taking the punches from Darkness, the girl was a lot stronger than even he was giving her credit. A few times, Vanir had managed to smack Kazuma in the back of the head with the blunt end of his blade, along with using her back fist to send him reeling. It got to the point where Kazuma realized he couldn't hold back. "Oh, tell me, young ward, do you really think you have the ability to strike your..." Before he even had a chance to finish, he found himself reeling backwards into the wall as Kazuma sucker punched his controlled partner right in the face. "Oh, God, that hurt! You would strike your own comrade, and a woman no less, in the face? Oh, please, I don't care if it's my grandmother. These hands are full of gender equality. I'll strike anyone that gets in my way. I don't care if it's a man or a woman. You truly are a savage. But no matter. In the end, I don't have business with you, boy of pigs. I have business with that damn archpriest up there." Wait, what? With that, the now controlled Darkness by Vanir would begin running up to the surface above to get his hands on Aqua. Aqua continuing to move and thrash around as she was still webbed up to the tree, unfortunately. It didn't help matters as Kazuma would chase after his controlled teammate, and Darkness, the few times she had managed to gain back, was actually happy? Wait, was the girl aroused by all of this? My God, she was a freak. By the time they made their way to the surface, Vanir would make a beeline towards Aqua. Unfortunately, Aqua not being able to move this time around. Thankfully, at the last moment, Kazuma would web up the feet of Darkness, pulling her back as the two would engage in their fight once more. The allies, who had been called in by Senna, would all try to take down Darkness, but it was little to no good. With Vanir in control of her body, her impeccable defense and her massive strength was making her more than a match for everyone else, as she was effortlessly able to defeat and destroy everyone that came her way with ease. It was to the point where Kazuma was the only one left standing, as the two would continue on fighting against one another. He would attempt to use a special seal that he had been given, placing it on the mask, but when it was only causing Darkness and Vanir more pain, he had no choice but to remove it. But in the end, the mask of Vanir still would not leave Darkness at all. The fight would become much more grueling than even Kazuma had anticipated, so much so that he even found himself tackling Darkness right through a couple of trees, with them snapping like they were nothing more but twigs. The boy's enhanced strength was unlike anything he had ever experienced before in his life, even more so to the fact that he had never actually tested the full capabilities of what he could do. Of course, there was still that power of the Toon, or Toon Force as it was called, a special form of magic, Toon magic to be more specific, but still, it left Kazuma drained almost every time he tried to use it. So in the end, just how effective could it possibly be in a moment like this? Although he wouldn't have long to try to pontificate on that idea, mainly because of the fact that with Von Neer in control of Darkness's body, she was laying waste to the entire forest, and Kazuma had to use every ounce of his strength to avoid being on the wrong end of her blade. They battled on for what seemed like forever, as the sun was slowly starting to rise, Kazuma and Darkness having laid waste to the entire area. "Do you give up?" Kazuma would ask. "Never. I will never." "Kazuma, I can't believe it. You really are one rough beast of a..." "Will you shut up?" "I don't know what's more annoying, the pig or you. I wanted a glorious battle, but instead, I'm fighting with a pervert who knows no rest." "Pervert? I am not a pervert." "Oh yeah, and how come you were nearly pushed to the limit of excitement when he hit you with a freaking pile driver?" "Well, what can I say? It's not my fault. I just like someone who doesn't take it easy on me, that's all." "Look, I feel like we're out of options. Megami?" Yeah, Kazuma?" "Look, I don't want to do this, but either you let yourself be exercised, or you're getting blown to smithereens." "Kazuma, but that's Darkness." "We don't have a choice. And besides, I have an idea." Von Neer would stand on guard as Kazuma would make one last lunge towards him. They would engage in one more flurry of combat between the two of them, Kazuma taking a punch to the face while he would duck down at the last moment, not taking the full extent of the contact as he ducked between the legs of Darkness before using his webbing to drag her back down to her feet once more. He would tie her up with every ounce of webbing that he could muster from his body until she was almost like one giant cocoon of web. Finally, he would take a seal tag to lock and to keep something in place as he slapped it on top of the cocoon. He used whatever ounce of strength he had left into the seal, keeping Von Neer from breaking free. "So, you are going to wrap me up like a spider wrapping up its food before it eats it." "Yeah, but I have no intention on eating you." "Megami, are you ready?" "Yeah, I'm ready." "This is your last chance, Von Neer. Let go of Darkness or suffer the consequences." "I admire your tenacity, Spider Pig, but I will not allow myself to be exercised. No, if this is how I must meet my end, then so be it." "Fine." Senna would be a bit worried now. I mean, she had her misgivings about them, granted, but still, she didn't think that Kazuma would go this far. However, Kazuma would take responsibility for what happened here today. They watched as both Darkness and Von Neer were engulfed in the light of Megumin's ultimate explosion. When the smoke cleared and the dust settled, there was one giant crater now in the forest near Keel's dungeon. And just as Kazuma figured, Darkness had managed to survive. Thankfully, Aqua would be able to heal their fallen comrade of any serious damage, and due to their heroic efforts and everything that they had done, they were forgiven for the false accusations and for the debt that they had incurred with the city of Axel. Unfortunately, there was still the debt that was owed to King Pig. And King Pig was not one to forgive debt lightly. Or was he? You see, under normal circumstances, King Pig would have sent his two enforcers to go find Kazuma and to ask about that week's payment. The King Pig's two made men, Sonny Quackers and Ricardo Slugs. Kazuma and the others were surprised that the King Pig hadn't sent his top men to come looking to collect, but then that's when they learned about some other news. Today was the day of the King Pig's daughter finally getting married, Mary Jane Piglet. She was going to be getting married to that guy. What's his name? Paul. Yeah, Paul. But then there was something else. They hadn't heard from Howard. Where had Howard the Duck gone? Well, unfortunately, they would have their answers. In the center of the city of Axel, at the town church where the wedding was set to be held, in the back room, Howard the Duck was hung upside down, as Sonny Quackers and Ricardo the Slug were both on either side of him. They'd given him a couple of good tosses on the old noggin, while the King Pig sat in the back of his chair. You go snooping around my business on the day of my daughter's wedding. Tell me, Howard the Duck, why do you get into the affairs of me? I believe myself to be a good and honorable man. I believe myself to be a man of integrity. But you with your feathers and your beak, you go around here snooping in places you don't belong. You break my heart. For what is a man without the trust of the people? And you do this on the day of my daughter's wedding. Why? Why do you do this to me? Oh, come on. I was just trying to help a friend out. Come on, Sonny. You and I are like brothers. Come on, Duck the Duck. Ow! You think you're gonna get me to betray the boss? Quack! You think you could get me to turn on him? Quack! I'm a made man! Quack! Quack! Hey, Sonny, don't you think you need to calm down? Don't tell me to calm down, Quack! I don't need to calm down, Quack! Quack! Look here, Quackers. It's alright. Now, you just tell us what you were looking for from the boss. And maybe you walk away. Maybe you'll walk away with a broken leg or two. But you'll walk away. But if I have two broken legs, Howard would say, then how could I walk at all? Look, you're asking the wrong questions here. And you're not supposed to be asking questions. It's enough. I have my daughter's wedding. My beautiful Mary Jane Piglet. She's marrying, that schmuck, Paulie, Sonny would say. Yeah, the schmuck. But still, he makes my MJ happy. And that's all that matters to me. But still, if he ever breaks her heart, if he ever once causes a tear to run down her pretty little face, well, there's going to be hell to pay. Oh yeah, quack. There's gonna be quack all over the quack. All right, Sonny. I'm trying to be a professional here. We don't run a sloppy shop. Before, however, they had a chance to continue on, Kazuma and the others would burst through the door. Howard, are you okay? Oh, hey, Kazuma, what's up? Kazuma Sado, you come busting into my doors, and you do this on the day of my daughter's wedding. Did you even bring a gift? Yes, sir. We brought a gift, sir. We left it on the reserve table. I see. You see, I knew I could trust you. It's a shame that my MJ ain't marrying a young man like yourself. A good pig. But, sir, I'm a boy. A human. But you're a pig at heart. But I'm still a human. You turned into a pig. That's good enough for me. In either case, this is your friend here? Yeah. So, you sent your friend to try to get into my organization, huh? You do this on the day of my daughter. Okay, we get it. Day of your daughter's wedding. Don't hurt him. Please. I already owe you a lot of debt. I owe you everything. But you can't harm my friend. Are you asking me for a favor? A favor? Wait, that's it! Kazuma would think. On the day of a Don's daughter's wedding, you're always able to ask for a favor. That's how it's always been in the movies. That's it! Guys, wait, hold up. Time out, team meeting. Kazuma, Darkness, Megami, and Aqua would all gather together. Can we all ask for a favor, one each? I mean, as individuals, I think it could work, Aqua would say. Wait. Your, Excellence, King Pig? Yes. Could you say that each one of us gets an individual favor? Yes. And you have to grant it no matter what. On the day of my daughter's wedding, I do. We can ask for anything. Anything. But remember, you only get one favor, and this only lasts one time. Yes! Okay, will you free our friend here? King Pig would snap, let him go. And with that, his two henchmen would let go of Howard the Duck, and he was free. Sweet! Now all we have to do is use our remaining... Ooh, I know! I want a private plot of field where I can practice my explosions without worry or need or harming anyone. Done. Okay, that's 2 favors. What the? Wait, I would like to have a fight with a strong monster. Someone who can really thrash me around. Okay, done. The masochist gets a monster pet. What, you idiots! Look, Aqua. Wait, I know what I want. I want a nice big... Aqua, before you ask anything, think about the situation that we're in. We're in piles upon piles of debt. If you ask for something that doesn't get our debt taken away, we'll be stuck in this rut forever. Now, nod if you understand. Aqua would understand. She nodded. She took a deep breath. I want the most expensive bottles of bubbly you got. Done. All right, you've all got your favors now. Now get out. What? Like you don't know, Kazuma. If we get the most expensive bottles of bubbly that we can, I can have the drink of my life and we can just sell the rest. Then we can drum up the funds needed and then we can pay him off. Aqua would be given 2 expensive bottles of bubbly. She would take one, Kazuma took the second one. How much of our debt does this bottle clear? Let me think about it for a second. Huh? Really? It clears 1/8. 1/8? 1/8. I'll take that as payment, but you'll still owe me the other 7th of the 8th. Kazuma, well, what were they gonna do? They were now stuck. They didn't have any more favors. There wasn't anything else that they could ask for. Oh, am I late? Wiz would walk into the room. Do none of these people have any manners? On the day of my daughter's wedding, no less. Oh, I'm sorry. I got a little lost, and ooh, what's going on here? That's a nice expensive bottle you got there, Aqua. It's mine! Wiz, I'm so glad you're here. I am so glad you're here, Kazuma would say. Look, I need you to do me a favor. A favor? Yes, I need you to get the King Pig to forgive our debt. Please. Oh, you just want me to ask him a favor? Yes, please. Okay. Can I get a favor? Yes, ditzy shopkeep girl. You can get a favor. Okay. Can you forgive my friend's debt, please? That I cannot do. Wait, what? But you could ask for anything. Yes, I did say that now, didn't I? However, this would not be her favor. She would be doing you a favor, and I've already done you a favor. That's a favor upon a favor, unless you want to owe me a favor. And if you owe me a favor, then I'll be having you pay me my money. They were in a no-win situation. Or were they? As Howard was finally set free, he would then pull out of his coat pocket a document. This is how we get our freedom, my friend. Our freedom? Yes, this is freedom. That's a piece of paper. No, it's freedom. But it's just a piece of... It's freedom! Look, you're gonna forgive our friend's debt, King Pig. Is that so? You dare give me orders? You threaten me on the day of my daughter's wedding? Look, you're gonna take the deal, because otherwise I'll expose you for what you've done. And tell me, my feathery friend, just what have I done that you think that you could... Okay, your debt's forgiven. Give me that. He would take the piece of paper and crumble it up, destroying it, chewing it up, spitting it out, and then burning it. And then he'd have it buried outside. And after it was buried, he'd plant a tombstone over it. And after that was done, he would desecrate the grave, take what was buried, and then have it sent to float down the river, leading straight out of Axel. Wait, our debt's forgiven? You're free to go. Wait, but what did you... Look, you don't need to know what was on that piece of paper. The only thing that matters is that we've gotten our debt forgiven, so we don't owe him anything. Wait, we don't owe you anything? You don't owe me anything. Now get out of here. Okay. With that, everyone would leave the room, as King Pig would shake his head. My God. Who on earth could have given him a picture, something like that? I can't believe, Quack, that you would do something like Quack. Look, it was a one-time thing, a moment of weakness. It'll never happen again. But sir, still, for the sake... Look, you're not gonna mention anything you saw. Not on today of all days. Not on the day of my daughter's wedding. The wedding would be a beautiful ceremony. Mary Jane Piglet walking down the aisle as she was given away by her father to Polly. At the reception, a speech would be in order. Everyone was invited, even Kazuma and his friends, to celebrate in the festivities, the good times, and in the fortune of no longer being in debt anymore. The reception was held in the tavern of the Salty Spittoon, where everyone was welcomed. Well, save for Aqua, she was finally allowed to go inside, and the moment she did, she slipped and fell in an ice cube, and, well, she had to be taken to the infirmary, but she eventually came back for drinks. Mary Jane Piglet would give a beautiful speech, thanking her father for the beautiful wedding and for everyone that came here to celebrate along with her. Then Paul wanted to speak. I just want to say to everyone, boo! I just want to boo! I just boo! 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 I just want to... You're a goofball! A wingnut! A dingling! Knucklehead McSpazatron! Paul decided it was best for him not to speak, so he just sat back down. Still though, the festivities were great, the drinks were plenty, the food was bountiful. Everyone had come along to celebrate in the good times. Even Yun had gone to pay everyone a visit. The people of Axel celebrated and rejoiced in the wedding reception of Mary Jane Piglet. For Kazuma, he was just happy that his trials and tribulations were over. As the festivities continued, the young man would walk outside as he looked up to the starry sky above and a bright full moon that shined down upon him. Because now, the shackles of oppression had finally been removed. And the wings of freedom have been acquired. This concludes Konosuba, The Adventures of Spider-Ham. What If Kazuma Was Spider-Ham Season 2 Part 2. Stay tuned for Monday's video as we continue Kaguya-sama Love is War, Queen of Thieves, What If Shirogane Was Spider-Man Season 2 Part 3. But anyway, that's going to do it for the end of today's video. I'm Javon Harrington with PowerCore Productions and Podcastings, signing off, and I'll see you next time.